Okay, this video was inspired by the idiot Notyiffhunter. I'm going to link all the necessary information below. And his videos and whatnot. He made a list of questions, and I'm going to attempt to answer them, basically because I think he's just, like I said earlier, an idiot. They're not as long, but the questions aren't as long as my other religious ones, but I will try to answer them. Question: What possesses you to What possesses you to get off on animals? I had to answer all these beforehand because I wanted to actually keep it in my head. We don't. You're an idiot. The animals you accuse us of getting off on are anthropomorphic animals. They're essentially the same as humans with fur, tails, and ears. Well, not these types of ears, the ears like that are on your head, top of your head and whatnot. A furry isn't a person who is involved in bestiality. They're two separate things. A furry can be in bestiality, but they don't have to be, and for the most part they aren't. An example, when people role play, like sexually and whatnot, and they take the role of a master and a slave, does that mean that the master, who would usually be considered the guy, does it mean that he wants a slave? No. It's just their fetish. I mean, I find it odd, but I don't have the right to make fun of them or accuse them of doing something they aren't, or lie about everybody who has a similar fetish as they do. And I don't get off on animals, but I don't get off on humans either, or objects, or aliens, or really much anything. So that answers your first question. Second question: Are you proud that you pretend to be an animal? I can only speak for myself, but yes, and I would say you should too, because you're a human, and humans are animals, and you're probably proud to be a human. So you're probably proud that you're pretending to be an animal because you're pretending to be a human. You're not doing a very good job at it, but you're pretending. If you're not proud of something you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Next question. That's a long one. I'm going to come back to that one. Next question. Why do you pretend to be furries? I don't pretend to be a furry. I am one. The question is stupid. It's like asking a gay man why he's pretending to be homosexual, or asking a straight person why they're pretending to be heterosexual. It shows a complete lack of knowledge and information about the group that you're talking about. Another second to last question. What do your parents think? I don't know, but they probably wouldn't care because I'm already in most of the minorities there are anyway. I'm transgender, asexual, lesbian, goth, atheist, agnostic atheist, Hindu, philosopher. I mean, I'm pretty much all the minorities except black. But I do want to marry Asian people, and I would think they're a little more of a minority than black people. So yeah, I'm pretty much an oddball compared to the majority, because I'm a major minority. Then his last question: Why is there no variety in the fandom? About 80% of you are wolves, 10% are foxes, and the last 10% is, he gives a list and then he says etc. So everything else. So really, you're just being as redundant as the weeaboos. All of them can be put into 6 different groups. I'm going to link to a video in the description that I made on a separate channel about why I'm trying, about the phrase weeabo, and why when a person calls me it, I'm not going to take it as an insult. Okay, so there is a variety in the fandom. Most people are wolves and foxes because those are the animals that are most human-like. and so they're the easiest to identify with. There are people who do other animals, and I'm pretty sure that a person could easily come up with another species they would have portray them if for some reason they couldn't. You just said you can't be a wolf or a fox, pick another animal, you could probably have one off the top of their head, like that. Sorry, puppy. And so a similar question is sort of, why is there no variety in human sexuality either? About 80% of the people in the world are heterosexual, about 10% are homosexual, and about 10% are everything else. It's the same statistics, but I don't see people complaining about that. So it's a little confusing. So in the link, in the description box, I'll leave a link to the Gallup poll that Gallup something that I was talking about. And the last one, it's not a question, it was his comments on what another person answered. His answer was, he commented to Mestarilopsy, something. I'm gonna link his channel below too. I don't know him. Why not tell your parent? Yeah, the guy said that his parents were okay with it and they actually helped him create his fursuit. Why not tell your parents to actually investigate as to what a furry is? I'm sure that as soon as they find out that your fandom consists of pedophiles, rapists, homosexuals, and all that sick fuck, they will have a change of hearts. Okay, how about instead of telling his parents to actually look at what a furry actually is, we tell you. Because according to Wikifur, which is the furry Wikipedia, it's a Wikipedia entirely about furries and for furries, a furry is someone who, irrelevant information, so someone who is generally expressing an interest in anthropomorphic animals and or creatures, some more irrelevant stuff. They may express that interest in a variety of ways, through art and stories, through to roleplay and performance. How deep or meaningful an interest in furry is varies greatly from person to person. Okay, and now, so that's what a furry is. Everything else isn't what a furry is. That's what a furry itself is. So I looked up what he said, and his furry consists of pedophiles, rapists, homosexuals, and other stuff that he doesn't like, but he never specifies. So I looked it up. It was a really quick find. According to the University of California's Department of Psychology, only about 25% of furries are homosexual. That is more than the average. That is more than the average compared to the actual population, so it is a little greater. But the number of heterosexuals, if I remember correctly, not sure, you're gonna have to look it up, is the majority. It's not 51%. That's not what I mean by majority. If I remember correctly, it is, or it's close to being the one with the biggest amount of like the pie in the pie chart. So heterosexuals still have an edge on that. It might be bisexuals also. I can't remember which one had more because they were about even. What was the next thing he said? So I already had homosexuals, rapists, and pedophiles. This is only what I can say that I've seen from the sites and whatnot that I've been on. I'd say that in the furry community, there are only about, would be people who are rapists and pedophiles, because no studies have been done on it, ever. There'd be about 10 in the world who are one of those. Probably 9 of them would be rapists. Let's see. But I have no clue. That's my experience, whatnot, and I'm just pulling a number out of my ass. And on average, furries have less sexual partners for one-night stands than a average heterosexual male. I'm not quite sure why. It's possible it could be because there's less furries, but I think it's because furries are more emotional. A little bit, anyway. And also, from what I can tell, furries appear to be one of the most accepting minorities there is that I've ever seen. I've been on several furry dating sites to see what they are. I hate that all dating sites make you pay to do anything, so I just do the free stuff to figure out what the site's about and whatnot. Am I rambling? Yeah, I'm rambling. And so on their dating sites, I've seen you can choose what your gender is: male, female, trans. Never seen a dating site that that didn't have trans as a gender listing. And they don't really care much about anything that a person is or does, as long as the person isn't being a pain in the ass and they're not doing anything illegal. So that's pretty much all I can say. As I said before, I'm going to link to Notyiffhunter's video asking the questions in the description box. I'm going to link to his channel, and I can't tell you to do anything. I'm not even going to recommend it because I don't want people saying I asked for you to do it, but I would like to see that his video gets more thumbs down, because right now it's a majority of thumbs up, more than 50%, and the guy's a stupid twat. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that. Thanks for listening.